Hey everyone, today I'm summarizing The Good Daughter by Karin Slaughter. Spoiler warning. This is my personal take and includes major spoilers. Link to buy the book is in the description. After their house was burned down, the Quinn family moved to a farmhouse. When it was just Harriet, the mother, Samantha 16 years old, and Charlotte 13 years old in the house, two armed men entered and looked for Harriet's husband, Rusty. The intruders were Zachariah Culpepper, someone who owed money to Rusty, and Mason Huckabee, the brother of Mary Lynn, the girl who was raped and whose rapist was represented by Rusty. They intended to kill Rusty, but since he wasn't home, they ended up killing Harriet and taking Sam and Charlie to the woods. Sam was shot in the head and buried alive. Charlie managed to run away but was chased by Zachariah and raped. Mason tried to stop Zach from raping Charlie, but it was too late. Both Charlie and Sam survived, although Sam had to undergo surgery and therapy to live and function normally. Years later, Charlie and Mason met again. Zach was in prison, and Mason was a middle school history teacher, as someone else had been blamed for the crime he committed. Zach's brother, Daniel, was killed because everyone believed he was involved in the crime with Zach. Since Charlie and Mason didn't recognize each other when they met again, they ended up having a one-night stand and accidentally switched phones. To return the phones, Charlie went to the school where Mason taught, which was also her former school. After switching phones, they heard gunshots. They ran outside and saw the principal, Mr. Pinkman, lying on the ground with 3 bullet wounds. His wife, Judith, was crying just a few feet away, cradling Lucy, Alexander, who had also been shot and later died. The shooter was later revealed to be Kelly Wilson, an 18-year-old girl carrying a revolver. Kelly was represented by Rusty, however. Before the arraignment, Rusty was stabbed. Sam, who now lived in New York, traveled back because she was worried and believed her younger sister needed her. Her latest conversation with Charlie hadn't ended well, with both agreeing that staying in touch kept them from moving on. Sam ended up handling the arraignment. After Rusty's death, he died in his wheelchair with a cigarette in his hand. Sam, Charlie, and Ben, Charlie's husband, discovered a few things. They learned that Rusty had helped pay Zach to keep him from telling the police that it was Mason who was with him on the day Gamma was murdered, not Daniel. Mason later confessed that he was the one who hired Zach to kill Rusty, which went against their earlier belief that Zach acted to erase his debt. Also, after reviewing the CCTV footage, they discovered that Kelly was innocent. Although she was holding the gun, Judith Pinkman had her hand on it too, and she was the one who pulled the trigger. Judith killed her husband because he had been sleeping with Kelly, who was pregnant. He wanted to keep the baby and just pay Kelly off. Lucy Alexander was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time. After confessing the truth to Charlie, Judith took her own life. Judith was the one who had helped Charlie after she was raped by Zach. Sam went back to New York. Charlie and Ben worked on their marriage and moved to Atlanta. Kelly Wilson was sentenced to 10 years in prison, with the possibility of parole after 5 years for good behavior. Mason got a good lawyer and was sentenced to only 6 years in prison. The end of The Good Daughter by Karin Slaughter. Something I found confusing. I just find this odd. Charlie was the one who pointed a finger at Daniel Culpepper as one of the murderers, who later turned out to be innocent after about 28 years. But didn't she have the chance to see his face during the trial or on the news and realize that Daniel wasn't one of the attackers? Other relevant characters, Lenore, Rusty's secretary, formerly his friend Lenny. She's a transgender woman who dated Harriet first. After Harriet's death, she helped the Quinn family by taking care of Charlie and Rusty, and occasionally Sam, who had moved away. Eve Elson, Kelly Wilson's mother, who, like Kelly, was somewhat slow in processing information. Thanks for watching. If you liked this summary, the link to buy the book is in my bio. Don't forget to subscribe and check out my other summaries too.